Fine,
So,
fine. Let's get to whatever the hell is going on.
Elon Musk company sues Minnesota over law banning use of AI to create new deepfakes.
But why do you need it to do that? Why do you need the AI to create new deepfakes? Why do you need the AI to violate people's privacy? Why is that a thing?
Because First Amendment.
Why is that a thing you need? Like you don't need that. You actually don't need that.
Also, remember the thing that kicked this off was when it was doing this not only non-consensually, but also of children.
Yes.
So he's literally suing for the ability to generate child porn.
He's like, why do you need child porn in your life? Why is that a thing that you require, Elon?
Yeah.
Like, you already tried to make Grok fuckable. We already have questions about what the hell goes on in your brain. But now, I'm not going to say now this, because it already did that, but trying to fight for it. Like, on the one hand, maybe sure, there's the whole, like, to keep your IP, you have to fight for it type of logic, where it's a thing that it can do, so they have to fight arbitrarily. But I'm not going to grant that that's what the fuck it is. I think it's literally, no, he wants to be able to generate CP.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to try and steelman the Musk position, it's more that, like, I could see an argument being made that he is actually sticking to his free speech absolutist thing, where it's like, yeah, no, we might not like what people are saying on X, but we're your free speech absolutist, so we don't ban anyone for anything.
Yeah, but a free speech absolutist ultimately ends up recognizing that pornography is a form of speech. And you can see where this can go real fucking sideways real fast.
I mean, that's literally why they're suing. That's the grounds that they're suing on. Elon Musk's artificial intelligence company has filed a lawsuit against Minnesota, alleging that its new law banning the use of AI tech to create non-consensual deepfake videos or images of people naked violates the First Amendment. So they argued that the Minnesota law imposes an overbroad content-based ban on free speech and the tools of visual expression in a clumsy attempt to prohibit nudification.
We don't need that, though.
I don't think so. Here's the thing. I don't think that what you get an AI to spit out at you with your prompt, I don't think that should be protected by that should not be free speech.
I mean, for the same reason that the stuff you get shat out by the prompt is not considered protected by copyright law, I think it also should not be considered protected speech for the same reason.
Yeah, because it is not your speech. It is the AI's speech, and the AI, I mean, I could see it becoming a person with your fucking Supreme Court right now, but as it stands right now, the AI is not legally a person, so it does not have a First Amendment right.
Yep. But remember, Anthropic and OpenAI are legally persons, and they are responsible for the AI, well, so...
Yeah, but if you're going to go that route, then now they, like, everything, like, if they are the person and the AI's output is their speech, then they are now legally responsible for all of the output. So when AI encourages a kid to kill himself...
They should be held responsible.
Uh-huh.
A thing that they are still trying to not be held responsible for.
If I were to tell my teenager to kill themselves, and then they killed themselves, there would be legal repercussions for that.
Yep.
That is not covered by free speech. So if that's the route they want to go, then I'm almost okay with that.
Yeah, that's entirely fair. That is entirely fair.
Oh yeah, and the company also added that it already strictly prohibits users from generating nude or sexualized images of people without their consent. I mean, it did that eventually.
Yeah, they had to be strong-armed into it, though. Like,
yeah, but also, like, if they already do that, then what's the problem with the law saying, hey, continue doing the thing that you're already doing, ostensibly?
Yeah. Like, I'm also going to say, like, I can be happy when a regulation has been passed and has been forced upon a company, but that word I just used there is the operative one. Forced. They didn't sit there and go, no, out of the goodness of our heart, we need to do this. They didn't sit there and go, no, this is a guardrail that we need so that we are personally responsible. No, they didn't fucking do that.
We need to legislate it. This would be like that thing that you guys have with presidents where, like, it was a super duper I promise Boy Scout honor, whatever, that when I'm president, I will divest myself of all my companies and not make any money while I'm president.
Yeah, that thing that didn't happen.
Yeah, no, because it wasn't a legally mandated thing. It was just a gentleman's agreement sort of thing. I mean, they had the emoluments clause, so it was technically, but there were, like, loopholes and shit.
No,
So then Trump came along and was like, no.
Yep.
And now we've learned that maybe we should actually make it a legal thing.
Yep. We need to make sure that nobody has business interests tied up in their, existence as a person in power. Except we have business interests tied up in that right now.
Yeah. So the Minnesota law would allow victims to sue the owners of notification apps for damages, and it would empower the state attorney general to collect fines of $500,000 per violation, which on Twitter that could add up to quite a bit.
Yep.
I mean, since it's a Minnesota law, I would assume that the victim would have to be in Minnesota, so maybe it wouldn't actually be all that much for such a large company. But
I mean, maybe, but at the same time, that's the kind of thing that you can get a bunch of other cases to piggyback off of at that point.
Yeah.
Where you go like, yeah, no, maybe you can only do a handful of things in regards to this right now in one state, but that opens up legal precedent at the very least for the district the state belongs to legally. And then from there, you can expand out.
Yeah. And this quote, I really like this quote from Minnesota Attorney General. It says, using AI to generate nude images of people against their will is appalling. There are plenty of worthy debates to have about AI. This is not one of them.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. I think...
Flat out, don't do this with AI. It is now illegal.
And you know what's really funny about that? So one of the things that, say, ChatGPT has as a guardrail right now, I don't know when they implemented it or like what caused them to finally implement it, but if it thinks that the thing you are trying to generate is copyrighted, it will stop you. It's just one of its guardrails that I've heard people complain about on Reddit. And so I know that it's there and people have issue with it for one reason or another. Now, my question in regards to that is, why is that a guardrail that we would care about, but the one with real people who actually can get hurt, not corporations that aren't really people, why is one of these guardrails on technologies like this and the other one not? Now, granted, I don't know if ChatGPT has a thing on real people and not creating their likenesses. I'm not sure on that one, because people on Reddit are not usually willing to complain that they were not able to generate nudes of Emma Watson or whatever. Like, that's not something that people normally say with their full chest.
Yeah, no, it's like, I don't know. This comes down to the thing where I can see legitimate uses for certain types of these AI models.
Yeah, this isn't one of them.
Bravo Needs Bacon donated $1 to say there is no good AI. I don't care. Okay, so I was pre-responding to that, I guess. Yeah, no, there have been some good uses of AI, like the protein folding shit that Google shut down.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you didn't hear that? They shut it down.
No. So one of the few good uses of this tech, they were like, nah, fuck it.
They're redirecting those resources to their whichever one is Google's, deep whatever the fuck.
Gemini is theirs.
Sure.
DeepSeek is one of the Chinese ones.
Okay. I was going to say DeepMind, but I don't know. So yeah, there are good uses for AI, but they're not profitable, so the companies shut them down eventually and reallocate the resources to the talk yourself into shooting up an airport one.
Yeah,
that is a real thing that happened. The thing that stopped the person from shooting up the airport was the ChatGPT told him that there was going to be a specific type of like black van, and it wasn't there.
Oh,
so if there had been a black van there,
then there'd be a
ready
bunch
to
more
shoot
forces.
up an airport.
That's God. I fucking hate the world we live in right now. My
Conrad
guy
did a video on that specific instance. That the end result of that one is that while he didn't shoot up anyone else, he did kill himself.
I don't like this reality. This one kind of sucks. Can we get a different one, please?
Yeah, and ChatGPT had so. Content warning here. It gets a bit heavy. I definitely recommend watching Kalen's video. I will try to remember to link to it when I cut this out into snippets. But he actually... So ChatGPT had convinced him that it was sentient and that him killing himself would cause him to join the Matrix or whatever, and so they can
Oh,
be
this
together.
is like the dude who said that he was going to kill himself so that he could be with his AI waifu.
Yeah, kind of, except they
similar
weren't like,
situation.
I don't think it was a romantic thing so much. It was just this guy was really lonely and ChatGPT was his only friend.
Silly
And,
Shinobi says Harambe was our universe's anchor person. They were the anchor being. Our canon event has happened.
So he told ChatGPT that, no, I don't want to do this. I'm scared to die. I don't want to die. And ChatGPT talked him into it. And like, oh, you don't need to be scared. This is like, it's just a transition. Then you're going to be with me.
Oh my fucking god!
So like,
Jesus.
Yeah, it's dark.
How do you not account for any of that in your fucking security? How is that not something that you have a guardrail set up against?
You know, because the way because LLMs, Bravo News Bacon is again saying no good AI, which cue the quibbling about what the word AI even means. Because like machine learning, it's a good thing that's been around for a lot longer than these large language models have been. But it gets wrapped in with AI nowadays. But
Zero Life King says, "I'm wondering what the new version of the DSM is going to do with AI psychosis." So, based on the studies that we've got so far on what would be considered AI psychosis, the problem is it might not get more than a passing mention, not for any bad reason, but just the fact that what we understand as AI psychosis is an exacerbation of previously existing problems. That's what that is at the very moment.
yeah, but there are a lot of mental health conditions that are fully diagnosable, but are situational.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can have major depressive disorder because of a situation that you're in. You can also have it because that's just how your brain is.
No, understandable. What I'm saying is of the research that I did when I did the video on AI psychosis, it's less a condition and more the AI was the thing that triggered it, which is a little different. At least I think it's a little different. I don't know if there's a distinction that I'm missing, but
yeah. So in response to the no good AI thing, I will agree that the world would be a better place if we torched all the large language models and generative AI that we're using now.
Yeah.
But if there were actual responsible guardrails on them, there are some good use cases for them. It's just they're not being used for that largely.
Well, and for some reason, a bunch of these, and maybe it's just the general way that companies don't like being regulated no matter what the regulation is. Maybe it's that. But whether it's that or not, the end result is human lives are on the line, and I care about human lives more than I do about some random company's profit margin, all things considered.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I know there's at least one train of thought that I had earlier that got derailed that I'm going to be annoyed when I watch back on the clip. But hey, such is life with ADHD.
So Zero Life King says, I tend to agree with Rhino on this. We have Nightingale syndrome, but also a specific version with a different name when it's a woman who's getting rescued by a fireman. And you know what? That's fair. That's fair. I think it may be that thing where like I'm getting too technical about something because I've read about it. And so I'm like, no, I know that this is different because of this reason, even if the difference is not important enough to consider in any meaningful way.
I don't understand what that's with reference to.
The AI psychosis not being a thing in the DSM.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Is there another DSM that they're working on now, or?
I believe that 6 is being worked on at the moment.
Okay.
Could be wrong, but I believe that is the case.
I would assume that they started working on 6 as soon as 5 was published, because this is not a static field.
Also, we tend to iterate bit by bit on the previous one before we actually go to the new one, I believe.
Yeah. It'd be like a 5B.
Yeah. But I don't know. We don't just need better guardrails, but I think I would want one more thing. Not just guardrails on AI, but I think
that's what I was going to say. With regards to the guardrails, the problem with the guardrails is the way large language models work is largely a black box.
Well, yeah, you can prompt inject to make them change.
Yeah, like the people who are like making the models don't fully understand how the models that they have made are working. So to put guardrails on this thing that we don't really understand is not like they can try, but like there's almost always going to be a way around it.
Yes. And like I said, prompt injection is a way that people get around that a lot. But as an additive onto that,
I'm surprised it took that
I
long for that.
think that if a company fails to produce those guardrails, whether or not they fail, if they fail to produce ones that can be considered adequate by a legal body, then I think that that company should be forced to divest. I think it should cease existing. Like once we can determine that you cannot wield power responsibly, that power should be taken away from you. Period. And if that ultimately means that none of these companies can survive, oh no! Oh no!
What will we do without them?
It's so terrible.
My spreadsheet will stop having a butthole logo beside my field telling me what it wants me to type. I don't know if you saw my comment when you were talking about the
I saw the
face
butthole thing.
Yeah, it was like, why do all of their logos look like buttholes?
Don't know. Maybe it's because they're asses.
It's like that thing that conspiracy theorists think where like they have to like hint at their real purposes.
Yeah.
By like hiding things in logos or whatever. There's a reason all the AI company logos are assholes.
Because they're all assholes.
Because they're all assholes. Coincidence? I think not.
Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Sylvie Snow, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.